Today we have Allison Allen from the I almost said New York Pest Management Association. I wish. No,
I'm
from
so proud.
National. No, she's from National Pest Management Association. She's here to talk today a little bit about Quality Pro. We're going to have some representatives. Actually, Joe Sheehan will be representing Quality Pro for the National Association at our April 30th Spring Fling coming up. So if anybody wants to talk to somebody in person, he'll be there to chat with. But we got Allie today. Allie, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here and sad to be missing the spring fling. I'll unfortunately, but fortunately, be out of the country, but really
Oh,
appreciate
wow.
Joe stepping up. Quality Pro has started to engage a lot more volunteer leaders in its structure through committee service. And Joe is a member of our recruitment and mentoring committee. So I want to give a shout out to Joe and thank him for the time he's going to spend at Spring Fling representing Quality Pro.
Yeah, and he's quite a character, so we're glad to have him representing you guys for sure. So, how did you get into the NPMA? I don't know your backstory.
Yeah, so I am a bug lady at heart. I got my degree in entomology. I've got an undergrad in entomology and a master's in education. So talking to people about bugs is like my favorite thing in the world. And my research was in veterinary entomology, and bed bugs infested my poultry houses. So I ended up going to Purdue and to the event that the Purdue Pest Management Conference that happens every January to learn more about bed bug strategies. And I just met all these fun people, and went home and said, that's who I want to spend my career with. I want to work in the structural pest management industry. I don't know what that means, but those people were really fun. And so for the last 17 years, I've been working in the industry in a whole bunch of different roles. I've done consulting. I've worked for pest control companies. For 7 years, most people probably know me in my previous role running the Stop Pests in Housing program, which was doing pest control in affordable housing across the country, Guam to Maine. But I served on an NPMA committee, the Green Pro Committee for Quality Pro, when I was in that role with Cornell University. And when the job came open to serve our industry through the Quality Pro accreditation program, I jumped at it because I knew the tool that volunteer credentials could be to everybody, every customer that's looking for high quality pest control. We have a credential they could look for, and that credential is Quality Pro. So the opportunity to work on that was very exciting. And I came over to NPMA to run Quality Pro about 10 years ago.
Wow. Okay. So for those that don't know, what exactly is Quality Pro?
Sure, absolutely. So it's pretty standard in the association world that an industry would have a trade association. So we've got the National Pest Management Association, we got the New York Pest Management Association. Those are trade associations that have a membership model, do public policy, have member benefits, educate people. And there's a different business model that is often needed by an industry, and that is setting standards and having credentials that recognize professionalism. So Quality Pro for the industry is that credentialing body. And as opposed to membership, which is something you have to, be pay a check and you're a member. And for the most part, Quality Pro is a credential that you have to earn and maintain. So it is fundamentally different, but it is housed literally in the same building as NPMA, serving our industry and helping meet the goals identified by NPMA.
Yeah. So what are some of those things that you'd have to meet to be a Quality Pro certified company?
Absolutely. So Quality Pro is a company level accreditation made up of 18 standards, and a lot of them are on operations. We know the majority of the industry are small and growing companies that maybe someone was really good at taking care of customers and solving pest problems, but they went out on their own and they weren't really sure about the HR side of business or the insurance side of business, and like all this operational stuff that at the end of the day, that picture really results in how professional your company looks. So the Quality Pro standards break that down into bite-sized pieces and really outline what a company should be doing in order to present professionally to the consumer market. And things like interview questions, conducting interviews on prospective employees. If you don't have those questions, we've got a toolkit of questions you should ask and the questions you shouldn't. Having people go through employment application, doing background checks, having a safety policy and a safety program in place. And then probably the touch point, the standard that most people in the industry know best is our testing and training of customer facing employee standard. And that everybody who is working with customers within a Quality Pro accredited company has passed our national exam and earned that certificate of completion. So that's one of the 18 standards that a company needs to meet in order to earn and maintain Quality Pro accreditation. But again, a lot of them are more on operations than on service.
Mm.
Once a company has been accredited, they can go on to earn certifications for services, and those get more into service protocols and all of that. And we've got Green Pro, Quality Pro Schools, Quality Pro Food Safety, Public Health for rodent and mosquito.
So who is this really for? Is this all the way from a solo operator to a great big operation, or is there a sweet spot there?
It really is for everyone, but knowing and understanding small business, I always kind of talk through the benefits of membership, the benefits of accreditation, and at what point in a company's growth one makes sense.
Hmm.
Certainly, if you have a customer that's got Quality Pro written into the RFP, regardless of size, we're going to get you there. Quality Pro can be earned by a single owner operator, and we have plenty of companies doing that, proving that they are operating on a level playing field with all the other companies of all sizes across the nation. I say the sweet spot in terms of the companies that could really use the resources offered the most or maximize the value of those resources are a company that's hiring employees but isn't quite big enough to have a dedicated HR expert. And that's the majority of the industry. I really think we're here to support those companies in growing right. In terms of when in that journey of hiring your first employee to having 30 employees, so now you need an HR person, I think the sooner you can start your employee handbook and get your basic policies written, then you just iterate every year as you grow. It's way easier to start with a nice template that's complete and then refine it as you grow. So I say as soon as you're hiring your first employee, come look into Quality Pro.
Sure. And I would imagine National Pest Management Association probably has a lot of tools to sort of help you comply with a lot of these things, right? Are there resources available?
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the partnership between Quality Pro and NPMA are different businesses, but the two go hand in hand in that, for example, if you do a criminal background check required by Quality Pro and it comes back with something and you want to talk through that hiring decision with an HR professional, as an NPMA member benefit, you have free access to see management associates, which is an HR professional. So when someone comes back to me and says, hey, I have someone I'm not sure, talk to Sandy. It's not going to cost you anything. He's going to coach you through. So that's just one of many of examples of how a standard within Quality Pro, the resources and support you may need to get you to meeting that standard, NPMA has through a member benefit program.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think I've found over the years that there's so many member benefits available that people don't actually realize that they don't really take advantage of sometimes.
Yeah. And we've got a zillion emails, but membership at pestworld.org or qualitypro@pestworld.org. Feel free to, whichever brain you're thinking through in troubleshooting, email one of those. I see all of them. And that's my big message. If you need something, if your company is facing a challenge in the year ahead and you're thinking, I bet someone's been through this before, ask your association. That's our job, is to associate people and get you the resources you need so you don't have to reinvent the wheel and you don't have to hit a pain point that so many others have hit before. Our industry is so willing to share lessons learned that I would love the opportunity to, dig into the specific challenge your company is facing, point you at the member benefits that you have through being a member of NPMA and the state association or holding Quality Pro accreditation, and then put you in touch with people who may be able to mentor or coach you in that space. So we are here for you for all of your challenges. And to send you a PDF with a list of all the member benefits, it would be like 10 pages long and you'd never open it. I always say, just give us a call. We'll coach you through the thing you're dealing with today.
There you go.
Yeah.
So on April 30th for the Spring Fling, Joe Sheehan will be representing Quality Pro there, so people can talk to him. If they want to get a hold of you, how can somebody get in touch with you?
Absolutely. qualitypro@pestworld.org. Drop us an email.
Awesome. Well, Allie, hopefully you can make it to one of these, but we appreciate everything you do for us.
I love coming to New York. I will be there again. Sorry to miss out this year, but I also love that we can put you in touch with someone who's using Quality Pro and is a part of the program. So I want to thank Joe again for attending.
For sure. Thanks, Allie.
Awesome. Thank you.